video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, and today is the marathon day, election day. Trying not to get flagged on TikTok. Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is a crazy day for America and a crazy day for Bitcoin and crypto as Bitcoin is trying to tackle $70,000 at the moment. So if you're ready for the zest, the news, the education, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on here. As I say good morning to you, please say good morning to me and check out our 3 amazing sponsors that include Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. Head over to Gemini. Go where dollars won't. Trade $100 in crypto. Get $15 in Bitcoin. Let's get it right, Saul, with the roses. Flame emoji. Hello. Tech Omega. Nice to see you. Spam. Hello. Obadiah. Nice to see you. Good morning. Who else? We have $70,000 Bitcoin, as we do have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, as well as 17,410 subscribers. We're 8 away. So let's get after it, my friends. Let's get after it. I want to say good morning to everyone, and then I'm going to go right into Bitcoin and the market recap. Let's do it. We have Alexandra G. My G. My G. Good morning, Eric. We got David Bulls, Bulldog Eric, Tommy 2 Liters, Black Hat, Bobby. Hello, nice to see ya. Who else? We have Squeaky, Bell Miners in the chat. Good morning. Digi. Yes, it's a big day, my friend. Right, Silver Days. And XRP, Sir XRP, A11Ys in the chat. True. Nice to see you. He said writing in Randi Hipper today. That's hilarious. Thank you. Yukio, good morning. Poe Man, good morning. Christopher Hanna, good morning. Alan Mann, what's up? Allset's always chilling in the chat. Shout out to Allset. Who else we have in the chat? We have Coca-Cola. Leroy is here. John Legend with all his emoji action. Kev Bounce over there on X.coms. Good morning. Xavier's also on X. Alvio, good morning. Good morning, Morn. Morn is here on the morning. Nice to see everybody. Casper, good morning. We have Andy in the chat. Zapirate. Sir Wick is here. Good morning. Mayir is here. Gary Littlemore's on multiple platforms. Welcome. John Foster. Papa John is in the chat. Father of missteencrypto. Who's this? Mr. Blue. Cyberman. Ron. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. DJ Davs. Good morning. We are getting after it. Oh, my boy. Bitcoin is reclaiming 70K. Let's go. I'm going to tweet that. We're going to tweet that right now. We are going to see what happens today. This is a critical day for America, my friends, right? Legendary. Guys, Aquarian says, good morning, good morning. Guys, this is a legendary day for America. Probably one of the most critical, I'm going to say the word, elections of our time. I don't care about the word today because today it's appropriate. And if TikTok wants to flag me and if YouTube wants to flag me, then so be it. But we do have the market recap that we have to take a gander at because it's all a sea of green. A dash of red in there too. And I see it blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful corn. Bitcoin is $70,000 at the moment. $70,246. Oh boy, Panther. Oh boy. We're up 3.5%. We started off the day right here at that 67.8. And again, what was at the highest daily candle close of November 2021, which was the height of the last bull market. And now we have resurged and reclaimed $70,000. I love this. We're pamping. We need to have all the pamps today as we are facing a critical time in America. Guys, please make sure, if you haven't yet, make sure you smash the like on our new tweet right here. I'm going to put the link in the live chat. Looking at Bitcoin yet again, our bullish scenario is 71.5. That was the top of our range. That was from around 52K to around 71.5. Like I mentioned, we need to tackle this level. We want to close the day above this. And if we could keep closing above $70,000 for about a week, then darn, my heart's going to be warm and fluffy. Your ultimate bullish scenario is where we topped out last week when I was on Newsmax, which was around 72.7. Bitcoin is trying to tackle new highs. And I believe no matter who wins this election, it does not freaking matter. We're going to have Bitcoin prosper. Bitcoin doesn't care about people. People care about Bitcoin, and that's just the way it goes. So Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time, and there's nothing that's going to change that. Absolutely nothing. As the whole world of fiat currency is currently imploding, and people understand from not just the United States, but the entire world, that we need a more inclusive financial system and something that we owe and something we could send peer-to-peer 24/7, 365, and Bitcoin is the answer, period. Your bear scenario is returning back to the around 69K, that where we started off today, 67.8. That's our bearish scenarios. And then we have the ultimate bearish scenario, which is $60,000, $64,000 before that, and you fall below that 200-day SMA to get to $60,000. Am I worried about Bitcoin? No. Do people say that if Kamala wins, we're going to head towards that $60,000? I could believe that. And you know what? No matter who wins, it doesn't matter, like I said. But $60,000 does make sense if that is a bearish scenario. It's the golden zone. We've had the nice support at this level recently. More importantly, 64K and that 200-day SMA lies in our way. And if we reject that, I worry, but not that much. Because Bitcoin's still zesty, and I love Bitcoin. Looking over here at Market Cipher, we have great money flow, highest money flow we've seen since April. And again, look back at April, my friends. Look back at April. That's when we were hitting our highs for Bitcoin between March and April of this year. Taking more ganders at Market Cipher, we did have that bearish VWAP that was confidently going downwards, but we're confidently making our way back up, right, Donnie, with the puffles. And so we really want to cross the zero line and go bullish with that VWAP. The green dots has not been printed yet on the momentum with Market Cipher. We still have that red dot that's weighing us down ever so slightly, but you can see the momentum's kind of flattening out. We're going to hope that this comes back up. Looking at the RSI, my friends, we almost hit that neutral and went bearish, but we have recovered, and we like recoveries. We like zest. We like just a bunch of bullish signals, and this is definitely one. So it shows that we do have some room before we are overbought, and when we were overbought right here, we had that downtrend that worked out pretty perfectly, I believe, took out that selling pressure and created some stability here for us to work our way back up to these levels that we saw last week, where we were just below $200 away, less than 1% away from new highs for Bitcoin. Absolutely love it. I'm so bullish. I'm so bullish. I love Bitcoin. I love this revolution, and nothing is going to stop us. Absolutely nothing is going to stop us. Looking over here at Ethereum today, but before, oh, actually, you know what? Not Ethereum yet. We're going to talk about Bitcoin specific news. Being that Bitcoin mining is topping important levels. Let's take a look, and what does this mean? Bitcoin's mining difficulty hit an all-time high of 101.65 trillion on Monday, adding pressure to smaller miners who may not have as much cash available as their publicly traded rivals. So again, mining difficulty is how hard it is to be able to mine a block and discover blocks on the blockchain. So the network automatically adjusts every 2016 blocks, or roughly every 2 weeks. This year, the difficulty adjusted 23 times, almost 60% of the time, has seen a positive adjustment, which makes the process harder. The higher the difficulty, the more strain to produce a block, which means you have to have more mining power, more equipment, and the competition essentially to mine those blocks goes up. As mining, they say in this article as well, is extremely competitive and capital intensive, smaller or private companies whose access to cash may be more constrained than their publicly traded rivals like Riot Marathon, they might need to sell their Bitcoin production to fund their operation. The hash rate hit a new record high, my friends, which is very important, on a 7-day moving average of 755 EH last week. It's the computational power to mine and process transactions. And then at the end of October, hash rate surged almost 12% in 1 day. miners on average are spending 100% of the total mined supply. And there's a lot of OTC going on as well. A lot of OTC buying. You're going to see a lot of big players, especially like the Apples of the world, these major companies are buying Bitcoin OTC. If you think they're gonna just go on Coinbase and be like, boom, we're gonna just buy some Bitcoin, it's not gonna happen. They usually do this off the books. They do this OTC, and so that it doesn't have too much of an impact on the market. Think about it. If all these major people like the BlackRocks of the world were going on Coinbase and buying Bitcoin, you know how much the market would be impacted? It would be insane. We're going to see more companies buy Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about a company that has been buying Bitcoin so much. And more Bitcoin-specific news is that people are blaming the dip yesterday on a joke, Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox, my friends, as Bitcoin mining is becoming more difficult, they sent $2.2 billion of Bitcoin to two wallets, my friends, and I'm not worried about it. Mt. Gox news is so old, and I'm so over Mt. Gox, but that's just me. Bitcoin slid under the 68K mark, losing 2% in the past 24 hours, as it has recovered already, mind you, as we have the election today. Mt. Gox transferred 32,000 Bitcoin worth $2.2 billion at current prices to unmarked wallet addresses from Arkham Intelligence, showing us that a majority of the stash, nearly 30,400 Bitcoin, was sent to one wallet and 2,000 Bitcoin was sent to another after first being sent to a Mt. Gox cold wallet. Oh no! Oh no! So scary! Mt. Gox moving Bitcoin. Guys, if something like that bothers you, then you cannot be in crypto if you're worried about Mt. Gox. Oh my gosh, Mt. Gox moving Bitcoin around. Guys, it's sometimes consolidation. Maybe they're just doing some wallet handling like Tesla did. Or you know what? Maybe they sell some of it. And if they do, good. Give us your Bitcoin, Mt. Gox, and other people will scoop it right up because there's a supply shock incoming for Bitcoin. There's only around 2 million Bitcoin tied to centralized exchanges right now. Mining is getting more difficult. There's going to be a major squeeze. Bitcoin not getting any cheaper? No, global. It is not. It is not. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time. That cannot be denied, as we are still up 100% for Bitcoin in the past year. Just absorb that for a moment. 100%. Don't get greedy. Do your research and make sure you're taking part in a revolution. Do whatever you want to do with your money, because that's your proof of work. Bitcoin ETFs, despite the rallies and a little bit of volatility with Bitcoin this week, they bled these ETFs. And I think this is over-exaggerated, and people have to stop correlating the Bitcoin ETF to Bitcoin because a lot of the time it just misleads them. U.S.-listed spot ETFs recorded $541 million in net outflows on Monday, the highest since May, dashing hopes for increased institutional interest in the asset after a week that saw consecutive days of net inflows above $800 million. Oh no! Oh no! Only $541 million of outflows? But you had 2 days where it was near probably $800 and $900 million each? Respectively?
Oh, yeah!
Stop the madness. Although BlackRock is still kind of leading the way, as they were the only product showing net inflows at $38 million, Fidelity led the outflows at $169 million. It's high since going live. Doge is also pamping today. It's continuing to target that 17.5 cents. We're actually above it ever so slightly, challenging our highs from last week when Bitcoin was trying to challenge its all-time high. So we had multi-month highs for Dogecoin. It's the highest price that we saw last week since over here in May. Now we are right above that 17.5 cents. 0.177 cents at the moment, up 11.8%. So Dogecoin is absolutely killing the game. And this is with the anticipation of Donnie T possibly taking home the win, as he is using Elon Musk and Howard Lutnick. Both of them are going to co-found Doge, Department of Government Efficiency Commission, in order to audit the federal government and make sure our tax dollars are being used appropriately. Your bullish scenario for Dogecoin is just above 19 cents. We're going to look at the 19 cents. 20 cents is psychological. It makes my heart warm and fluffy to even think about that level being tapped. Although you're going to look at market Cipher, we have a green dot printed. Money flows popping. The VWAP is now bullish. But watch out for this RSI, my friends, as we are approaching this overbought level. And when we have that overbought, there is a chance of an incoming downtrend. What goes up must come down, although you want to hope for 17.5 cents to remain, create support at this level. Your bearish level to watch, because you got to look at the bullish and the bearish case scenario, Ronell, is right here at 12, just over 12.5 cents. 0.127 cents. And even below that is around 12.25 cents to watch out for. 12% jump for Dogecoin is bullish, bullish, bullish. Surging like no other. Surging like no other. Right, Ronell? Thank you for all the gifts over there. We're battling this 70K level at the moment, falling just below it for Bitcoin. Doge is doing great. Everything is doing pretty great. We're going to keep looking at the charts where Ethereum is $2,463 this morning, up 2.74%. You're looking at this bullish level of 2630, 2640. This is ridiculous that we can't pass it and tap 2770. That has a massive amount of selling pressure. Your bearish level to watch is this 2330. That's about where you're going to watch. Right here with the money flow starting to pick up here ever so slightly for Ethereum. The VWAP looks like she wants to target that zero line and go bullish. The momentum is still taking quite the hit. Maybe we'll see a green dot printing at this level. Who knows? We'll see. As we are up 2.76%. Looking at the RSI, she's still bearish, but looking bullish at the moment and looking towards that upside. Hopefully we'll go bullish in a little while. That's the hope. That's the hope. Litecoin, struggling with the $70 mark at $66.38 right now, 1.36% in the green. Bearish level to watch is $63 as we are nearing that level. Your bullish target is the 200-day SMA lying at $71, and even more bullish is 75. Right now, the RSI, well, yeah, we could look at the RSI first. The RSI is bearish still, making a little uptick to the bullish ends, but still in the bearish territory. Looking at market Cipher, we have the red dot weighing this momentum down like a darn anchor, although the VWAP is making a confident move to the upside. Still in bearish territory, though, with some nice green money flow. Insane, my friends, right? Verhoofd floof. Bell Miner. Sola Hefe. Welcome, everyone. Clayt the Great is here. David G. Benjamin Ryan, good morning. Raul, good morning. Who else we got over here? Tweety Pie. I love that name, Tweety Pie. Zach, nice to see ya. Welcome, everyone. And if I didn't say good morning to you, please yell at me. Right, Marco Polo? Right, Marco Polo, Rocky B, Rob C, Sash, hello. Welcome, welcome. And make sure you guys are entering this poll. Who do you think is going to win this marathon? Seems like Emma might win the marathon, according to this poll. Also, please make sure you listen to Piano Maddie B before we jump into the wild news that is cryptocurrency.
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
Alrighty. I'm bullish, my friends. I'm bullish, right? JR Block, Joey 420, Ace of Hearts 420. Welcome. Oh, my emoji friend, good morning in the chat. Let's get into the news. As the crypto industry, their election spending tallies at least $238 million, surpassing trad giants. This is not surprising, as people need to learn that crypto is a huge industry that has a lot of voting power. We're going to hear a little clip from Fox Business with Paul, who is the chief legal officer at Coinbase. But before that, I just want to dive into the article itself, written by the one and only Eleanor Terrett. Shout out to her. She is amazing and always puts out the best news. We see here that according to an analysis of the Federal Election Commission filings by by blockchain analytics platform Breadcrumbs and Fox Business, the digital asset industry has raised at least $238 million so far this cycle, from corporate contributions to super PACs and donations to individual candidates and top industry leaders. So that's more than the oil and the gas industry which, mind you, is a huge industry and has a lot of money. The pharmaceutical industry, which you know the pharmaceuticals are always looking to plot and lobby, and top street donor hedge fund and market-making powerhouse Citadel, data compiled by Open Secrets shows. The industry's largest corporate spenders, exchange Coinbase, blockchain payments company Ripple, and VC firm Andreessen Horowitz, have donated a combined $160 million to a handful of pro-crypto super PACs supporting industry-friendly candidates in congressional races. James Delmore, research analyst at Breadcrumbs, said the crypto industry is sending a clear message to the American politicians and elected officials with these donations. Current cryptocurrency regulations and policies are not working in the U.S. Out of the $238 million raised, roughly $181 million comes from crypto firms' donations to super PACs. Another $57 million to individual candidates and committees supporting them came in from industry players like Ripple co-founder Chris Larson, who spent over about $12 million to Kamama directly, and about $10 million of that was in XRP itself. Very, very surprising. Obviously, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss from Gemini have also donated a large amount to the current race. Howard Lutnick is also kind of jumping in on that, CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald. Big money coming through, big money. I want to play a little clip from Fox Business and Sir Paul from Coinbase. Take a look.
A lot has been made about the presidential candidates courting the crypto community, but it appears that crypto's political clout is really expanding to key down-ballot races. The margin in the Ohio Senate race is razor thin as Democratic incumbent and Senate Banking Committee Chair Sherrod Brown leads GOP challenger Bernie Moreno by just 1 point in the latest polling. That's the Washington Post. Moreno, a businessman who runs car dealerships, has pointedly courted the crypto faithful and their money. It's working. The Republican candidate received more than $40 million from the cryptocurrency-linked super PAC Defend American Jobs, the largest spender in the Ohio Senate race. With so many down-ballot races in a dead heat, could the crypto electorate actually make the difference between a win and a loss? Paul Graywall is the chief legal officer at crypto exchange Coinbase. Paul, this is fascinating to us. The Ohio Senate race is evidence of crypto's influence right now. How is the super PAC using its power? Is it just through money?
Well, thanks, first of all, for having me back on. And yes, money, unfortunately, is an important, even if unsatisfying reality of our current politics. And Coinbase has supported the Fair Shake Super PAC, which has funded a number of different efforts to support various candidates and oppose various candidates, including in Ohio, but all across the country. And we think what this reflects, Liz, is an emergence of the crypto voter and a real recognition by politicians on both sides of the aisle, Democrats and Republicans, that Americans want to see crypto in the future, and they want to see this issue addressed by Congress in a bipartisan fashion.
It's lost on nobody that it's not just the presidential race that looks like it's, a dead heat. You could maybe slip a kitten's whisker in between some of these polls between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. But for these down ballot issues, it's really fascinating to see some of these races and the power of crypto. Some of this, I'm sure, has a lot to do with the fact that Bitcoin has been on an incredible run. I mean, just over the last 2 weeks, it's up 11%. So the power of the money, perhaps, that is the sort of floating mechanism underneath these super PACs continues to expand in a way. What I find interesting is let's look at one of the House races, too. There's one in California where you've got the 45th congressional race. The Republican incumbent in this particular race is Michelle Steele. She has voted strictly in line with a lot of crypto issues and, in turn, received about $2.8 million from the crypto super PAC Fair Shake. I know Coinbase and some of the management have put a lot of money into that one. You look at the list of the most important voter issues, though, and it's, the economy, crime, the border. You don't really see, Paul, cryptocurrency up there on the list, and yet this is a huge driver for many of these candidates.
Well, I think, Liz, a couple of different factors are at play here. First of all, 52 million Americans have owned digital assets or cryptocurrencies at this point, and something like 90 or 95% of them are going to vote in this election. Now, not all of them will have crypto as their single issue or necessarily their most important issue that they consider when picking one candidate or another in the presidential race or any of the down ballot races, but crypto will be a factor. And if you combine that with a second, I think, important consideration, which is that so many of these races, the winner will be decided by a very slim margin. This is a very divided country, and many of these races, the margin of victory is equally slim. And so what you're going to see is a few thousand votes, one way or the other, could decide who wins any particular race. And that means that each candidate in each of those races needs to understand what the crypto voter cares about and what they expect from whomever they elect.
What I also find.
Make sure you guys pay attention to that headline at the bottom. The fact that we see that, well, hold on, go back. Let's go back. 68% of crypto owners are Gen Z or millennials. Hi. Hi. What's up? I'm one of those. I'm one of those. And so we want people all throughout the gov, besides the presidency, to be able to service the crypto industry in a way that's fair, in a way that actually has communication. And so for that, I say fire Gary Gensler, fire Liz Warren, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency Commission, because you know what? This is not efficient. This is discriminatory. This is corrupt. And we need to make sure this changes no matter who's in the Oval Office. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is freedom and empowering people to have that freedom. Because crypto enables you to be your own bank, to own something that no one can take from you, something that cannot be just devalued by the money printer going brrr. Did we choose the money printer? No. Did we vote to hit that printer and go brrr? No, we did not. Who presses the buttons? Who's in charge of really making these decisions? Well, we know that Sir Jerome Powell should be fired as well. Fire Jerome Powell. He hasn't even spoken to our current president in years. Actually, years. And is that okay for the Federal Reserve to not communicate with our country's leader? Absolutely not. This is nothing that should shock anybody in this room. Nothing that should shock anybody in this whole country of the United States of America. We need to fix the money so we could fix the country and fix the world, because Bitcoin is going to do more than unite the states. It's going to unite the globe. And when people realize that, it's going to be a beautiful day. People are going to be able to have that light bulb moment. The light shining through their hearts. Wow, there's something I can own. Something that there's a finite supply of, that you could send peer-to-peer 24/7, 365 with no censorship and no intermediaries. Have money. And what is money? Value, information. Satoshi, remember the Genesis block. Putting in the headline for the Financial Times talking about Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. That's the whole reason we're here, is to fix the system. And right now we have bad actors that are horrible people. Liz Warren is a monster. She does not care about women. She doesn't care about children that are being absolutely damaged by this corruption physically and mentally. And colludes with bankers like Jamie Dimon. That's why we need to fire Liz Warren. And if you do enjoy John Deaton, then you have to go out and support him. No matter who you support, you have to do your duty as an American today, if you have not already, and cast your vote. This is something that could decide the future. Your vote could decide the future of this country. If you're in Massachusetts, it could decide the future of your state. Liz Warren is anti-crypto. She's anti-freedom. She's anti-human being because she endorses CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. And what is that? A digital dollar or a digital yuan, a digital anything that goes and is programmed and is connected to a social credit score like in China. Play the sound.
China.
Where if they don't like you, and they don't like what you're doing, then they shut you off. And you can't feed your friends, you can't feed your family, you can't go and do anything with yourself because they will go and prevent it to make sure that you can't. That is not freedom. That is tyranny on a level that the United States has never experienced before. Do you want tyranny? Do you want people that want to control every single thing you do? Tom Emmer put it perfectly, a CCP-style surveillance tool. That's why in Florida, Ron DeSantis said, I'm banning this. This is garbage. And it's going to impact the financials of every Floridian. And I hope to the people above, whatever you believe in, that the states and the cities make an effort to ban CBDCs and have leaders that see the vision of Bitcoin and crypto to enable that freedom, to enable that prosperity, to have a sovereign Bitcoin wealth fund for the whole United States so that way we could probably pay off our trillions of dollars of debt that a lot was created by this current admin. This is a dangerous game we're playing right now, my friends. This is a dangerous game we're playing. This is the future of America, guys. And we have a lot of people that are trying to take out America. They don't want you to own anything. They want you to be under their control. And how they do that is through fiat currency, through that programmability. Why do you think all the banks have been working so hard the past 4 years on tokenization? On all these projects by the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, that controls most of the world's economy, literally. And the United States is part of the BIS. Most countries that are not politically aligned are parts of the BIS. They all collude. They all have one goal. It doesn't matter what their politics are because that's all a show anyway. It's all theater, as I like to say. They all align on control. They all align on money. They want that power. They want that power. That's why we need to take part in a decentralized financial ecosystem where we take that power back. It's we the people. And you know what the crazy thing is? This one group of people, that 1%, they understand that the other 99% has the power. Yet we just don't realize it as a collective because we're so divided. That's why Bitcoin brings that unity. It's the most inclusive financial system we've ever seen in our entire lives, in generations. There is one pointer that people are looking at right now, and it's actually just a joke. This is humorous. That Jim Cramer said that the market is anticipating a Kamama victory. Take a look at this clip. Again, this is just for humor because the inverse Cramer meme, that if he's saying Kamama, then people are thinking it's going to be the other way around is how it's going to go. Take a look.
Did we just get a dry run of the market's reaction to Kamala Harris's win? Don't know. That's certainly how it felt today, didn't it? And while it was pretty harsh on some stocks, it was nirvana for others. On the eve of the election, the Dow sinking 258 points, the S&P declining 0.28%, and the Nasdaq dipping 0.33%, I'm seeing irony over what's winning and losing pretty much everywhere. First, you should understand that traders are always looking for any sign that someone else knows something that they don't. They want to get ahead of tomorrow's results. Although, for all we know, it could take days or weeks before we both candidates accept the outcome. We can talk about that tomorrow night when Carl and I sit down right over here. And this weekend, these traders found a newfound source of conviction, specifically the Ann Seltzer Iowa poll that showed that this in-the-bag red state, it could be going blue. She has a great track record, so people are eager to extrapolate. If Iowa turns blue, then maybe a lot of safe Trump states aren't so safe. As Iowa goes, so goes the country. I mean, that was certainly a major chord today, although I think it's a stretch. Let's start with the most incredible of reactions, the bond market. Interest rates went sharply lower today. Now, see, I'm so used to interest rates going higher on a Democratic win that this took me by surprise. It's completely out of character. But the bond market's deep. The bond market's huge, and its judgment is not made on a whim. There had to be billions of dollars invested today on rates going lower if Harris wins the election. I find that astonishing.
Don't miss a second of Mad.
So there he goes. Jim Cramer's anticipating a Kamala win. So he blames this on people looking forward and things like that. But this is just humorous. This is just for humor. Just humor. But let's see. Who's in that chat over there? Mrs. Crimson, hello, darling. She says, remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Ooh, that was Riz. That was political Riz. Shout out to Mrs. Crimson, darling. Darling. I love when she says that. But guys, this is insane. This is the future of our country, right, Crimson? This is the future of our country that's at stake. Please make sure you go out today and you cast your vote. I don't care if I'm getting flagged on YouTube. I don't care if I'm getting flagged on TikTok. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because this is what we have to talk about today. It's not something that can be ignored. Do what you need to do, how you feel that you can help yourself and the country and your state, and make sure you go and you fulfill your rights as an American, because this is what's important. It literally could be your vote that decides it all. So make sure you do your part. Do what you need to do. Whatever you do is up to you. Don't let anybody pressure you to go which way or another. It's not up to them. This is what you choose as an American, right? Alex Collingborn over there on the X.com. I almost said YouTube. You're on the X.com, my friend. You're on the X.com. Please make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share it out with friends. We're gonna kind of move past this election subject for right now. Also, we have 14 more likes for 100. Pamp it up. We're going to stay in the United States for just a moment here because we do have Michigan. Their pension fund maintains their Bitcoin ETF investments, and they're adding ETH ETFs to that as well. We're seeing a lot of states jump on in, including the fact that Wisconsin was also doing some zesty things as well. We're going to jump into this article right now where states are now looking at these ETFs, as well as Florida that wants to have Bitcoin in a fund, just like Donnie T was saying for the country. Floridians are looking at that right now as well because they want to make sure these pension funds are looking good for Floridians. The state of Michigan retirement system has added exposure to Ether ETFs, according to the SEC filing. In a November 4th filing, Michigan State Pension Fund disclosed 460,000 shares of Grayscale Ethereum Trust and 460,000 shares of the asset manager's Ethereum Mini Trust. The investment reporting for September 30th added to the fund's previously disclosed exposure to ARC21 shares Bitcoin ETF. At the time of publication, the total value of Bitcoin and Ether investments was roughly $18 million if Michigan maintained its holdings. The value of the 110,000 shares of the ARC21 shares Bitcoin ETF held by the pension fund increased by roughly $1 million since being reported on June 30th. Now, 2024 saw some zesty government entities in the U.S. and internationally turn to cryptocurrency investments for pension funds. Interesting, my friends. Also, if you look over at Wisconsin, they're doing some things as well. The state of Wisconsin pension, for instance, made notable news months ago by being the first U.S. state pension plan to invest in Bitcoin via the ETFs. That investment, though, footed just about 0.1% of the plan's assets. And we're going to talk about the UK as well. The UK was jumping in on the frenzy because the first UK pension fund invested in Bitcoin. So let's take a look as well in the UK. We're going to transfer out of the US for a moment. British pension specialist Cartwright is urging institutional investors to allocate assets into Bitcoin and has successfully guided the country's first pension fund to make an allocation into the token. The unnamed fund, which is so funny, there's no name, there's nothing going on here, allocated 3% last month of its $65 million US into Bitcoin following, quote, lengthy consultations with the scheme's trustees where ESG, investment case, and security were all addressed at length. So that means that ESG went right out the window. And this was according to Glenn Cameron, the head of digital assets at Cartwright, telling Corporate Advisor. The investment is particularly notable as the pension fund actually is investing in the crypto itself rather than an ETF. The private key split between 5 independent institutions, according to the report. So not only are pension funds in the US and internationally looking at Bitcoin to gain some sort of exposure, they're actually looking to buy Bitcoin itself. This is just the beginning. We have insurance companies in places like Bermuda, even, where there's nice pink sand, looking to grab some Bitcoin exposure, crypto exposure. It's only going to increase. And if you see all these institutions grabbing Bitcoin, grabbing ETH, then again, the supply shock becomes even more relevant. Like I said, there's only around 2 million Bitcoin tied to centralized exchanges right now. It's not enough. You look at Ether holdings, which are at a 6 to 8 year low. And then what's next? Even things like Litecoin are being bought up by institutions. Grayscale owns near 2 million Litecoin out of the 84 million that will ever exist. That's a lot of Litecoin. Right, Clem? Hi, Clem. This is just the beginning. Institutions, banks are going to hold Bitcoin. The central banks, what are they doing, friends? They're buying gold. They're not investing in bonds and all this other stuff. They're looking at Bitcoin, crypto, and gold, which they won't tell you they're buying Bitcoin until later. Because that's what they all do. They buy Bitcoin after the fact. And even we see other central banks throughout the world opening Bitcoin exhibits where you can go and visit and look at all this art and Bitcoin miners. It's just the beginning, my friends. It's just the beginning. If you guys have chart requests, make sure you get them going for me. We're going to talk about Semler Scientific buying Bitcoin as well. Another major company. It's a medical device firm. Take a gander. They're laser focused on buying Bitcoin, according to the CEO. They said it had plans to continue amassing Bitcoin after third quarter results showed the company had added another $2.6 million of Bitcoin to its coffers after the quarter ended. According to a November 4th statement by the CEO, Doug, he says, we remain laser focused on acquiring and holding Bitcoin while supporting innovation and growth in our healthcare business. Semler said it had held 1,058 Bitcoin as of November 4th for an all-in purchase amount of $71 million. It spent $8.4 million buying 141 Bitcoin over the quarter ending September 30th and $2.6 million for 40 Bitcoin since the end of Q3. It would have now made a small gain on its investment, worth, at the moment, almost $72 million, as Bitcoin was around that 68K mark and now ever so increasing, trying to reclaim that 70K mark at the moment. Semler Scientific making those moves. They're now the 17th largest Bitcoin holder among the publicly traded companies, ahead of the 1,018.17 Bitcoin owned by Japanese investment firm Meta Planet, according to Bitcoin Treasure's data. The company chairman, Eric Semler, said, we are capitalizing on the opportunity to maximize stakeholder value by accumulating Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the answer. And so many companies, institutions, the banks, the government, they're all starting to realize the vision. Satoshi's vision. Guys, we need 8 more likes for 100. Smash these likes. We're going to keep moving. We're going to talk about the SEC and Gary Gensler.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Binance's lawyers filed a motion to dismiss the amended complaint in an SEC lawsuit.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ooh, Danny.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Get your BTC quick, y'all.
Thank you, Danny. Cha-ching. Cha-choo. Get your Bitcoin quick, y'all. Listen, not financial advice, but do what you need to do. Danny's an icon. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to you, my friend. Lawyers representing Binance and the former CEO CZ have made a fresh attempt to dismiss the SEC's lawsuit against them. On Monday, they filed a motion to dismiss an amended complaint submitted by the SEC last month. Make sure you put those flame emoji, Gary Gensler emojis. Fire Gary Gensler now. Fire Liz Warren now. The filing argues that the amended complaint pays, quote, lip service to an earlier court filing that rules crypto assets are not in and of themselves securities, but, quote, refuses to accept the logical conclusion of that ruling, that secondary market resales of the assets long after they were first distributed by their developers are not securities transactions. Quote, instead, the SEC's amended complaint continues to insist that virtually all transactions involving crypto assets, including blind secondary market resale of the tokens, are securities transactions because some buyers might hope the assets increase in value. The SEC still refuses to articulate any of the standard for courts, litigants, or market participants to know which crypto asset transactions qualify as investment contracts and which do not. The SEC is not leaving them alone. They initiated the lawsuit against CZ and 3 companies, BAM Management, U.S. Holdings, BAM Trading Services, and Binance Holdings in June of 2023. The case is separate from the criminal charges brought against CZ and Binance Holdings by the DOJ, as Binance was fined $4.3 billion and CZ spent 4 months in jail. This is wild considering that TD Bank is laundering thousands and millions of dollars by just doing it, disregarding AML measures. Doesn't matter to them. They can launder whatever they want. But no executives go to jail, and none are even listed in a lawsuit of any sort. No one's going to jail because they're a part of the banking system, and the whole banking system is corrupt. Corrupt. Look at that chart. Remember that chart by Brian Armstrong saying that the SEC keeps flip-flopping on what's a security, what's not a security. They will never clarify because they don't want the industry to move forward. They're hucksters.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Let's talk about the AML measures that are disregarded in the TradFi system, that the banks are insolvent and failing at a rapid pace. Let's talk about the insider trading. Nancy P. No, he's blind. Gary, do you see? He's like, nah. What are you talking about, insider trading? What are you talking about? All the AML measures disregarded by the banks, and that crypto has to follow the same rules as the banks, even though crypto is decentralized and crypto is not the same as the banks because you can't call the CEO of Bitcoin and ask for earnings reports and all of these sorts of things that don't exist in cryptocurrency. Woo! Bruh. Woo! Sorry, guys. I'm getting quite spicy because the Piper Academy is here. Shout out to Army Piper OC Tradefly. The Piper Academy. My loves, Frat Mama's here for you. Frat Mama's here for you. Shout out to Crypto Billy as well. Uncle Billy's in the chat. Welcome. Smash these darn likes. Share this stream out with friends because we're dealing with some evil people like Gary Gensler and Liz Warren and Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell and all these people that try to prevent us from having freedom, prosperity, our basic human rights of life, liberty, and property in the United States. To disguise that last part as the pursuit of happiness. Everybody deserves to be happy and bring that happiness to them in the way that they feel that's fit. And if I want to use Bitcoin, if I want to hold Bitcoin, and if I want to use that as my currency, then darn it, I shall, because I'm an American and I should have freedom of choice. And they don't want you to have that freedom. They want you to own nothing and be happy and use their CBDCs so that way they could turn you off if you have a view that they do not enjoy. Right, Saul. Army Piper says, Frat Mama, where are my tendies? Oh, darn. I had some really good tendies the other night. Army Piper, oh my gosh. It was like from this like chicken place, and like my friend ordered it, and I was like, ooh, that's good. So I will give you some tendies. I'm going to give you some tendies. I'll give you all the chicken tendies because I'm your frat mom, and that's my job. I have to cook for my frat children. Shout out to you. Shout out to my Pipers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Crypto Chef is in the chat saying he voted Emma for president. Guys, Emma does still... Oh, she did. Yes, she's still... Wait, hold on. I'm confirming. She does not have emojis. Guys, put Emma emojis in the chat to show off your emojis. And Emma doesn't have her emojis. She needs her emojis. And if you like chicken tendies, smash the likes, subscribe, share it out with friends. There's hold on. Am I good on time? I have one more story. I have one more item. Because there's a new global dollar stablecoin that's backed by major industry headwinds. That includes Robinhood, Kraken, Paxos, and other people that are notable. And this is called USDG. And this is the start of the collusion, my friends, the start of the collusion. A group of heavy hitters in the crypto space are backing a new regulation-focused stablecoin, the global dollar USDG, which aims to return yield earned on its reserve assets to participants who help accelerate its adoption. And it doesn't go to the users, it goes to the institutions. It's being issued in Singapore, by the way. And it says income generated from its reserves, which like many stablecoins are U.S. treasuries, will be shared among participants based on the way these firms can create connectivity and liquidity. According to some peeps, they say the way we have set this up is that participants are being rewarded for activity that helps grow the utility of the network. That could be for a number of activities. Different participants can be rewarded in different ways because not everyone does the same thing. And so by rewarding participant companies rather than the end users of the platform, the stablecoin is available in the U.S. via the footprint of distribution partners such as Anchorage that operates in all 50 states. This is collusion. This is not the best thing ever. USDG is a little scary to me because, again, we're looking at something that is for the institutions. We're looking at something that they're colluding on, which stablecoins, again, I root for stablecoins on one hand because it brings hyper-dollarization. You look at USDC, you look at Tether. If you're in a country that has a devaluing currency that implodes, just like Argentina was experiencing triple-digit inflation, that is insane. And sometimes not comprehensible by people that live in the United States because we're spoiled. However, you have someone in those countries that's like, hey, man, I need to hold some value. Well, let me look into the dollar. Let's look into a stablecoin. Let's look into Bitcoin that holds its value quite well. That is something that's notable. Hyper-dollarization. It helps the dollar bring some more liquidity. On the other hand, stablecoins are a little bit dicey. The fact that if they don't like you and they deem what you're doing as not appropriate, which if you're a bad actor, okay, but if you're not a bad actor, it's not good, that they can freeze your assets. PayPal stablecoin, issued by Paxos in the US as well. And it's even in PayPal's terms of service. Like if they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, then hello. Goodbye. See ya. It's a little dicey, my friends. It's a little bit dicey. As we are making headwinds on our subscriber count. Guys, please make sure you smash the likes. If you have any chart requests, hand them over. As we do have a few minutes left. And boy, oh boy, my friends, I am so excited for this election to be over. I'm so over it, guys. Let's vote. Get out there. Do your part as an American. And let's get after it. Danny says, who is Emma? Emma's my sister. Emma's my sister. And we have a poll as well. Who is winning the marathon? Is it Donnie T? Is it Kamama or Mama? Or... Stupid. And then is it Emma who will save America? Alexandra G is my G. Shout out to her. Hello, Spy. Jeff Budd is in the chat. Vinny Black Lodge is here as well. Hello, my friend. Vinny has been a friend of the channel for quite a long time. Stu said Gary will win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. His craft is like no other. A rising star, per se. Long live Gary Gensler, a star in Hollywood incoming. Yeah, man, it's insane. It's insane. Yep, Robinhood, Kraken, Paxos. Yep, that's exactly what we were just discussing. That's USDG. They're all a part of it. They're all a part of it. My friend in the chat said, never been more proud to be an American. Amen, sir. Amen, sir. Memory, nice to see you. DJ's in the chat. Let's get after it, my friends. Let's get after it. Oh, we have more people subscribing to the channel. How lovely. Aren't they lovely? Ronell, your sisters, this is a revelation I've always wondered. Yep. That's my sister. That's my sis. That's my younger sis. But we are trying to tackle $70,000 Bitcoin this morning. We did tap it. We fell below it. We're at $69,545 at the moment. getting pretty interessante, may I add, as the money flow is picking up, but we have some negative volume coming in. Today is green. I don't know why these emojis block it, but we have some money flow coming in. We're going to see what happens with Bitcoin today. And what happens with this marathon, I'm a little bit iffy about it. I'm a little scared. I just want it to be over with. I just want to know who wins. Let's deal with the consequences of whatever happens and just like move on. But yeah, like we are trying our best to get after it. We're going to stay positive no matter who wins. And we're going to be able to spread this word about Bitcoin because, again, Bitcoin is a decentralized financial ecosystem that nobody can take out no matter how hard they try. No matter how hard they try. My friends, this is something that's important. This is something that's going to change not only the United States, but the world, this marathon, my friends, right, Feg? FEG, thank you for the hearts. Appreciate you. But we have so much to cover, my friends. We have so much going on. I'm going to look at XRP really quick because I know that some people requested it. Noob Dude said, today is the day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. XRP slightly in the green today. 51 cents, 1.39% in the green. Well, we have the bullish scenario of the 200-day SMA lying at 53 cents. And then 54.5 cents is your bullish scenario. Bearish, you're looking at that 48 cents. We do have a green dot printed on market Cipher, bullish VWAP, and bullish money flow. So XRP might be a little bit bullish considering that Chris Larson, I believe he's the co-founder of XRP in Ripple, donated upwards of $12 million to Kamama, around $10 million of XRP itself to her. And then you also have them that were rooting for John Deaton, which is the other party, the Republican Party in Massachusetts, because he is more crypto forward. Yukio, at what time do they start to give the counting? Actually, I'm not too sure about that. When do we start seeing vote counts? 2024. All right. I actually don't know. I would be like looking later tonight. Let's see. It's just like you can't even click on certain networks because they're just so biased. Yeah, so I'm looking at the US map right here and I don't see anything going on right now. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't see anything right now. Probably later tonight. I will look later tonight. Andy S at 6 p.m. Is that 6 p.m. Eastern? After the polls close. Well, I heard that like certain states are keeping polls open for a longer time, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're probably going to see polls close at 8 p.m. per time zone. Is that true? Is that true? I mean, listen, I feel like this has been all over the place and not exactly the most clear thing. Right, my friend with the heart puffle? So, yeah, I think we're just going to sit and watch. I would look at probably 6 to 9 p.m. tonight is when we're going to see some action come in. And so hopefully we see something. 1 a.m. tomorrow, DJ says, is at 1 a.m. Eastern, which would make sense for different time zones. But we're going to see, we're probably going to have more answers tomorrow morning. Hopefully we have some answers tomorrow morning. I want to wake up to an answer, man, because there's so much anticipation going in to this marathon. Right, Crispy? Good morning to you. 6 p.m. Eastern to start seeing results. Yeah, I'm going to be shivering in my boots. I'm going to be shivering in my boots. I'm going to be like, what's happening? What's happening with this marathon? I just can't do it anymore. It's insane. It's insane. We're also going to watch for Bitcoin price. I'm not sure if I'm going to go live today. I'm kind of undecided on that. I'm not sure if I should go live for the marathon. It's a little too, I feel like it's very sensitive for certain people. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about it. We're going to have to see what the vibe is later. But if I do go live, then make sure y'all tune in. It will probably be later tonight. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. So listen, guys, keep calm. Hanalon, right? Objectively, real reality, objectively. That's a good username. Please smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends. We are killing the game right now. And like I said, I'm super bullish on everybody. I'm super bullish on the United States of America. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. And I'm bullish on the prosperity of humanity. That's it. That's it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you haven't yet, please do me the honor of smashing the like, subscribing to the channel, sharing this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. Make sure you eat some foodies, go outside, touch some grass, look up at the sun before all of this election madness goes on. We're going to get after it. Don't worry. Have a great day. Have a great Tuesday. Happy election day. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.
Hucksters.
Just because you're asking people to
Fraudsters.
vote and expecting people to vote, it
Scam
doesn't mean the
artists.
votes are securities.
Ponzi
Carrie!
schemes.